once again, and so we're gonna go through the slides for the other ladies and the other ladies who are in the gym. So we'll be presenting on their behalf as well, and they're gonna be presenting on our behalf. So that's how it's gonna work. We'll go through the entire presentation. If you have any questions, please hold them until the end. Maybe make a note of whatever your question may be, and then we'll definitely make certain that we try to answer whatever questions you may have. If it's something specific to your child, just shoot me an email and I'll respond. And that way we don't hold everybody else if you have something very specific to your child. Okay? All right. So I'm just going to give you a general overview of all things kind of Century Community Charter School. Also, please know that this orientation is not exhaustive, meaning we're not going to go through everything that concerns the school. But what we will do again is just try to give you an overview so you feel like, oh, okay, this is what CCCS is about. Okay. So the power of us at Century Community Charter School, we believe that every child is capable of excellence. Every child is capable. We educate the whole child. So what does that mean? We invest in them academically, socially, and emotionally. We want to also invest in them morally, trying to teach them how to make good choices, how to do what's right even when no one else is looking. We are an imperfect school made up of imperfect people, but what we are really trying to do is work together for one purpose. And that one purpose is to help every student become the very best version of themselves. So obviously we'll have missteps, and we want to communicate through them. But we also want to make certain that we understand when the children have missteps as well. And sometimes that's hard because we're trying to go and we have the expectations, but we also, please understand, we try to pause and say, you know what, that could have been done differently, or that could have been done better. What makes CCCS different is that we are a small school compared to a lot of our community schools. And one of the things that we really emphasize here is strong relationships. So we kind of, I don't know, I may be dating myself, but back in the day there was the show Cheers. Cheers was a sitcom, and when you entered Cheers, everybody knew their name, right? That was part of the theme song. Everybody knows your name. So that's how we kind of think of things here. When kids come on campus, every child should feel like they have a person. Every child should feel like they have at least one person. And it doesn't mean that is the only person that cares about them, but that means that that one person is that one that's like, that's my guy, or that's my girl, so to speak. And I think that's what makes us unique, because if the children tap into that, that's why we have so many people on staff who were once students here. Because they were here and they felt like they belonged when they were students, and so they come back. So that makes us very unique. We have high expectations, absolutely, but we also have high levels of support. If your child is not being supported in any way, let us know, please. Please let us know. We want to make certain that every child is supported and that you feel like your child is being supported. And we have an open door policy. If you ever want to come in and see what is going on and see what that support looks like, you are more than welcome to come here and sit in the classroom while your child is in class. No appointment is needed. You are more than welcome to come here and sit in. It's not a time for you to counsel with the teachers, but just to sit in and observe. You're more than welcome. And then character development alongside with academic achievement, and staff who generally love your babies. So we have a den system, and I'm looking around, we have a lot of familiar faces, but for our new parents, we have a den system. It's kind of likened to Harry Potter's houses. So we had the den sorting. Many of you had your kids come, and they were shell-shocked, many of them, like, what is happening here? But we really pump up our den systems because it's a way for the kids to feel like they're a part of something special, a small little family within our big family. We have competitions. We have And that's why we have our extended Wednesdays. Wednesdays are longer because it allows for us to have the competitions and the challenges without interfering with instructional time. So that's where you have the different colors. The colors represent the different dens. And then your child is gonna be in that den for all of their time here, and then they're gonna be in their advisory classroom for all their time here, and that's where everything kind of starts in advisory, then through the dens, and then the school, and we have a great time doing so. Yeah, I said that, okay. Then, with the high, we believe in your child, so academic excellence and student readiness, we challenge students every day to believe, because we believe they're capable of greatness. So we believe that they're capable of greatness, which means that we don't want to waver in like trying to dumb down the academics because it's hard. And even though your child may struggle at a time or for a period of time, and they may have lower grades than what you're accustomed to seeing when they were in elementary school, which sometimes happens, it's a lot of transitioning going on when they come to middle school, which means you might have your star student struggle for a while. Please be patient through that process. It's okay. It is all right. As long as you see them trying. If they're trying and they still maybe have a D in a class, maybe they're misstepping, they're not turning in their assignments on time, you see zeros. Don't say it's okay for them to have those zeros, but encourage them through it and say, I know you can do better, and my expectation is that you will do better. What are the missteps? Oh, because remember, we have block schedule. So that means the kids, especially new students, have to get used to, Mondays and Wednesdays, 1, 3, 5. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2, 4, 6. Fridays, all periods. Students tend to panic. They'll come to school on Monday with everything in their backpack. And it's okay because they're trying to get used to it. Some parents are like, my baby's back it's sore. And they don't have to bring all their books every day, but just for their comfort, if they need to when they begin, it's okay because they're trying to get used to. Our 6th grade teachers are patient, but they'll still have those high expectations, but they'll work with them to teach them the way of the school, so to speak, okay? And, okay, so with the high expectations, one of the things that is unique here for middle school is our uniform policy. We have a strict uniform policy with the tie, the vest, the white shirt, button down, ready for business. Ready for business. That's what we want the children to think of when they come to school. And then what happens is the incentive when they behave, when they win certain things, is free dress. Free dress is like millions and millions of dollars here. So it's like, and it carries a lot of weight. So it's good for us to have that because then it encourages them to try harder in whatever capacity because they want to earn free dress. And so the dress code is the full uniform on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays is the Spirit t-shirt, Thursdays full uniform, Fridays we have a school t-shirt. So they have opportunities to kind of dress down. 3 days out of the week is the full uniform, and then they earn free dress. One of the things that we fight with the girls is the nails and the hair. Please, parents, help us with, not sending your babies to school with the long nails and all the studs and all the doodads, and, they'll walk and they hide them in their shirt, in their sweatshirts and in their pockets. But one, it's, they click-clack it on the desk. It's a distraction. It's cute. Sometimes I'm amazed at what they have on their nails, but it is against the uniform policy. Please make certain that, as the summer is ending and you may have allowed them to go get their nails done, to cut them down, please. And then the hair, it's a distraction as well. Oh, you have purple hair, and and it's beautiful, and it's not like we're against it, but for the kids, they have plenty of time to do all of that. So we want to encourage, I love it. So we want to encourage them to just be a child, just flow with being just uniquely yourself as you are, natural hair, no eyelashes, no, just a child. Back in the day, I'm old, so back in the day, we just went to school. You know, we were ashy, but now, you know, the kids get glammed up and it is a distraction. So we want them to focus. Let the main thing be the main thing, right? Okay. And then, so this is the first week of school, and this is kind of where our returning parents know. But for those of you who may be a new parent, our first week of school especially is going to be organized chaos. So we need everyone to be patient, very patient, during student drop-off. We have a small yard. There's gonna be staff helping you get your kids out. Don't hug, don't kiss, do that at home. Hug them, kiss them, I love you, pray over them, all of that's at home. When they're pulling on the yard, get out, bye. Already say your goodbyes, because we need to keep that line moving so that we're good neighbors. We wanna be good neighbors, and we don't wanna have the line going all the way down to Century, you know, as we're unloading kids. And then be patient, please, during pickup, because we're gonna get cars on the yard, and we're gonna direct you as to how to park. We have loudspeakers, kids can turn their phones on at the end of the day, so you can call them and say, hey, I'm on the yard. And then you can have them, and we wanna hurry them up too to get to you. Please don't come super early. Your babies are safe. Your babies are safe. Don't come super early and wait and park all the way down to Century. Just, you know, come at a reasonable time so that, again, we're good neighbors. We don't wanna double park on Revere. Also, we have parents that tell their kids to meet me down the street, meet me at Foster's, meet me. That's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do, but that's also a way to kind of deal with any traffic if you're in a hurry. And you're also more than welcome to pick your kids up in the front of the school. That's totally fine as well. Just please don't double park. We've seen some very close calls and with our babies. So please be very careful. Don't double park, calling your child to you, because they fly down Arbavita, okay? And then also, we have our school-wide field trip. Adventure Lagoon is gonna be the first week of school. So this is the schedule for the first week, okay? So on August 31st, Monday will be 135. Yeah, please feel free to take a picture of this. And it's a full day. Your babies are gonna come home exhausted. They've been sleeping in, maybe, I don't know, they may have been playing video games all night or on their phones or whatever. Tuesday is 246, Wednesday is 135. And for those of you who are returning parents, no extended day. It's gonna be a regular 302 dismissal, no extended day for the first week. Thursday is the field trip. Okay, that's different than last year. Thursday is the field trip to, Adventure Lagoon Water Park. Students do not need to know how to swim. They wear life jackets. So you don't have to worry if your baby does not know how to swim. Now, if they're terrified of water, it's okay, nobody's gonna push them in. We still want all children to go. It's such a great, fun time. We've had children who were terrified and then were encouraged, not forced, to get in the water and then found themselves to be brave. We've seen some amazing things from our students at this water park. They wear life jackets, and then upon our return, buses have priority. So if you're waiting, just please know that you may be directed to move, because we need to get the buses on the yard, okay? And then, so these, if you're not familiar with Adventure Lagoon, these are some pictures of our past field trips. It's inflatables. This is fresh water, and it's pumped in fresh water. It's like a water reserve. So it's clean, it's filtered, and so they have all these inflatables, and it's an obstacle course. And the kids climb, and they jump, and they slide, and they say, wee, and it's a great time. And then they have kind of like a little kiddie area where they have these little, and the water is like maybe thigh high. So if your child is like, I don't want to go on anything jumpy, bouncies, no slides, none of this, they can stay here the whole time, not a problem. And then they have lifeguards there, okay, certified lifeguards, and then our staff are all over the place, including me. I am in the water all day. Okay, so, and we're making certain that the children are gonna be safe. And yeah, now we're at the uniforms. So I'm gonna, Miss Yarbrough, you wanna come, Miss Yarbrough? So we have our uniform policy. You can come here and you can kind of see, this is our full uniform here. Miss Yarbrough, you wanna show?
Just tell them. Okay. These are here for you to see how your child is supposed to be dressed Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and some Fridays, okay? Wednesday, they wear, a t-shirt on Wednesday with their uniform pants, okay? Not jeans, their uniform pants, please. Because if they do come with uniform and pants, short, I'm sorry, and jeans, the IAs will write them up and they will get much detention. So we want to warn you, so when your child come home crying, I don't know why I was in much detention. Yes, you do. Your parents also know. So they should have told you. They didn't tell you. Oh, well, I'm so sorry, darling. Here's the Kleenex. Wipe the tears from your eyes. Because I am not going to give you no free time. We all have to learn, don't we? Hello, somebody. Okay. I love children. I really do. I came from a family of 8. Well, now, really, no boys, all girls. Oh, wow. That's what my mama said. She was in charge all the way. Daddy was just there. Enjoying the ride. Anyway, let me leave that alone. So you know what this represents, right? Missionary. So your child's supposed to be dressed like this Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and some Fridays. On Wednesday, they have to wear their t-shirt, look like this. They have the names, whatever den they're in. That's the shirt they will wear with their uniform pants. Again, not with what? Jeans.
And then
Thank you so
this
much.
is, sorry, Ms. Yarbrough,
That's
to
okay,
interrupt.
go ahead.
But this is also part of their uniform, their IDs. They get their lunch by the code that's on the back. This is Miss Amesqua's ID, so we don't see it, but there's a code, and that's how they'll get their lunch. And then this is gonna be checked by their advisory teacher, so if they don't have their ID, they will also get detention because it is part of their uniform, okay? If they lose their ID, they'll see Miss Aquay, I'm not gonna, she's gonna have her whole spiel.
Okay.
Okay.
Ask a question. Will they need shirts, what shirt, that you, are you gonna be giving out the den shirts or the shirts from Friday?
That's a good question. So we're gonna give out the Den t-shirts today.
Okay.
So the Friday shirts, they'll get in their advisories when they come to, so throughout the week, so I'm glad you asked that. So throughout the week, so they'll come to school in their, Den t-shirts. Then throughout the week, they're gonna get their ties, they're gonna get their Friday t-shirt. All of that will be given to them from us throughout the week. So by the time Friday comes, they should have everything. PE department, we also give them their PE uniforms, just one set. If you want additional ones, you will purchase them, okay? But this is all gonna be given to them. PE department, they don't give them their PE uniforms though the first week. So don't pressure your child into having it, because the PE department, they go through all their policies, their procedures. They want them to understand how to change their clothes, where they change their clothes, and what does that all look like before they get their uniforms, okay?
So the first week, no PE?
No dressing.
I mean, no dressing?
Correct.
Okay.
Next question, how quick can we buy extra Den t-shirts and the Friday shirt?
So can you just give us until Wednesday?
Okay.
And then what we'll do is we'll send a parent square, maybe not. So you guys are VIPs. If you need if you need an extra shirt, you can come in, just wait until Wednesday. They're $5 and you can purchase an additional one. Because we don't, again, because I'll have to end up reordering some. I can tell you that already. So we may have to just be patient through that. But the turnaround is quick. But we just want to make sure that all of our students get at least them one. For returners as well. Everyone is going to get the one brand new Den t-shirt and Friday t-shirt. So for those of you who have returners, they'll have their old faded shirts to wear, but, you know, which is totally fine, and then they'll have whatever new ones, okay?
I just have one more question. You know, like ties, like.
Yes.
Okay. Could they wear those, like the ones who got like honor roll, like?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, so full uniform is always okay. If your child cuts up at home and is like getting on your nerves, and you can use that as leverage, and you're like, oh no, you're not wearing your Wednesday t-shirt. You're going to school in full uniform. Feel free. They can wear full uniform anytime. Yes, Ms. Harris.
Can I make a suggestion to
Sure.
the parents? Mine fight me all the time. Write your name on everything, because when they go in there to change their clothes for PE, for some reason, they come home with everybody else's clothes. So you need to make sure that your kids write their names on the clothes, on everything, and make sure that you stay on them to keep up with their clothes.
Yes, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because oftentimes the kids will come home and they even come to me, Ms. Means, please can you check the cameras because this, that, or the other has been stolen. And 90% of the time, I'll say 90% of the time, they have no idea where they put it. Or their friend may have grabbed their stuff inadvertently, and then they find out as the day goes on, they're saying, oh, here, I have your PE uniform, I have your backpack. So usually when the day goes on, they'll find it. Sometimes we've had kids take other students' stuff home, but then they return it the next day because it was done accidentally. But yes, right, especially for PE, right, you can write their name, it can say George. It can be huge in a Sharpie, it's okay. We end up with piles and piles and piles of uniforms that have been stolen. And we tell the kids, go in there and go shop and grab them, but now it's the thing, oh no, it's dirty. And I'm like, but that's your dirty, that's yours. Yours is somewhere there. So please tell your child, and you can come shopping too, trust me, because it's there. Yes, ma'am.
And also, a little suggestion, if they wanna have their kids bring a lunch bag, also put their names on it.
Yes, lunch, name on everything, yes, thank you. Okay, Ms. Brooks.
I just wanna say one more thing. And make sure Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Fridays. Sometime Friday they will have free dress. Make sure they have on their full, complete uniform. Okay, this with the tie, and then, and the ID. Please make sure that it's done, because many children come, I couldn't buy my shirt, I couldn't buy my tie, sorry, you still give me lunch to teach. You got to learn. I have to learn, so we all have to learn, so you guys, please help your children, because I really don't like doing lunch to teach, but I will if I have to, okay? Any questions for Mitch? Okay, thank you.
Okay, my turn. For those of you who, may have missed the beginning of, the, starts in the gym, my name is Tamara Fulton. I am the Dean of Instruction and Curriculum. So that means that I am over all of the educational things that happen here, all of the curriculum. I'm also the direct support for teachers, so I'm the teacher supervisor. So if you ever have any issues or any questions about what's going on in the classroom or a teacher, feel free to contact me. You can stop by or email me, it's fine. Oh wait, sorry. So what I'm gonna be discussing is strategies to help your students become academically successful here at CCCS. It's a big change going from elementary to middle school. So I'm just gonna give you guys some tips and some pointers on how to kind of get them started on the right road. All right, first you wanna establish your routines. Establish those bedtimes. We're coming off of summer, we gotta start putting in those bedtime routines and making sure that they get to bed on time, because I mean, there are times when a teacher calls me to the classroom because a child is asleep and will not wake up, and I pull them out and I'm like, why are you sleeping? I was on the video games until 3 o'clock in the morning, or I was on TikTok till 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like, you gotta go to bed, baby. So just make sure you stay on that and establish that if that's not happening. Of course, you guys know you have to limit the screen time and the devices. I mean, that's just like, a thing now. We all know that, right? The devices have taken over our children, so we have to. I have a sixth grader. I'm doing this. I did the same thing this summer. I just took it away. I just said, we going cold turkey. Because when we get to middle school, I don't wanna fight with you over it, you know? So, start to begin to pull that away. If you can't do a cold turkey, begin to start to pull that away. Also establishing homework protocols. Elementary, you probably were getting a packet that you can maybe finish, the kids can finish in one day, or they can rush through it on Sunday night. That is not the case anymore. They will get homework most likely in every period for that day. So 1, 3, 5, they will have probably 3 homework assignments. You can't wait, because the next day you're gonna get 2, 4, 6. So establishing, hey, the day you get your homework is the day you do your homework, okay, so that you don't get behind. So, and that takes a process, but I still have another day, I don't see them until Wednesday. But no, baby, you're gonna get a whole nother, group of homework on Tuesday, so do it that night, that's my suggestion. Okay. Homework is given daily. Not every single teacher will give homework, but the majority of the teachers will give homework. It should take students around 25 minutes per subject to do that. For some, it may be a little bit longer depending on what it is, but that's kind of the average. So you're thinking about maybe an hour and a half at night that they're doing homework. Homework is written down in their student agenda. We're gonna give them an agenda, and I forgot to bring it, but they're gonna get an agenda from us, and it is their responsibility to copy down the homework exactly as it is written by the teacher. So if you wanna know, do you have homework? And it says, no, ask to see the agenda, okay? You can go through that and see what students have for homework. And also there's a little section at the bottom for you to sign. It's a good idea to kind of put your signature there to let teachers know that you've seen it. If you don't trust the agenda, maybe you get the agenda and it's blank. There's nothing written there. You're like, okay, what's going on here? Another way to check is for you to go check the Weebly. Okay, so if you want to check students' homework, you're going to check the Weebly page. So all teachers have a Weebly page, and I will show you what it looks like. So you're going to go to centurycommunitycharter.weebly.com.
It won't click.
It's not clicking?
No.
Okay. So let's pretend.
Oh, you know why? Because it's a screenshot.
Okay.
Let me.
Is that on the paper CCCS stuff?
Oh,
It should be, yes.
I'll have to go out and
So
find it.
it's a school website, so
Okay,
have you
there
ever
we go.
been to the school
Okay, where are we
website?
going?
So, okay, so what you wanna do is you wanna go to staff, and then you wanna go to teachers. Okay, here, if you scroll, you will see all of our teachers. Okay, and there's a little bio about them, and so on. Go down to Ms. Polito. So if you ever wanna know who works here, you check here. Okay, so here's Ms. Polito's bio. There is a link for you to email her, and that's for every single teacher. If you wanna send an email, here's where to go. And then there was the Weebly, link as well. So every teacher will have their page with all of their information, but there should be a homework tab, and you would click the homework tab. And then here would be listed homework, but she's cleared it out because she's getting ready for this new school year. But here's where you would see homework listed, okay? And that's the same for every teacher. Okay, Power School. So Power School is where your child's grades will be inputted, okay? My suggestion is that you check Power School frequently. You should be checking it at least every week, okay? It's a good idea for you to set time aside for you to sit with your child and open up Power School so that you can see what's going on, and if there's something going awry, now's the time to ask questions, right? Encourage your child to advocate for themselves if there's a problem in the grade book. So say for instance, your child says, oh, no, I did this homework assignment, but the teacher didn't put it in. or no, the score is wrong, I really got this. That's fine, teachers make mistakes, everybody makes mistakes, right? What we wanna do is teach our child to advocate for themselves so that they know how to approach a teacher and say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so, I saw this in the grade book, but I turned this assignment in, here it is, and can you make the change? That's allowing them to have many adult conversations with their teachers so that they learn how to speak up for themselves and not depend on you to do it for them, okay?
And then, I'm sorry to interrupt, and then if that doesn't work, or, you know, if the teacher's like, not right now, and they come home like, well, you know, Miss Mean said that, if I were the teacher, oh, Miss Mean said, not right now, then you tell them, go to Mrs. Fulton, and that way, again, it's still not you, you're still not involved just yet, go to Mrs. Fulton, and then Mrs. Fulton will help your child as well. So just, you know, going through all the steps before you send that email, which is fine, but teaching them to advocate. So don't just stop with them, then Ms. Fulton.
Okay. And again, if it's not resolved, either through, well, if they come to me, I should be able to resolve it. But if there is another issue, feel free to contact me, email me, come and see me, and then we can get it sorted out. Okay. Report cards. So grades are reported 3 times a year, in November, March, and in June. If your child is in danger of failing, you will receive a courtesy notification from the teacher 6 weeks before grades are due, okay? So this is a courtesy that teachers do. They send out a letter saying, you know, this is your child's grade and these are the things that they need to work on. But the expectation is that you already know what's going on, right? Because you are already checking Power School Weekly, so you're not gonna be surprised by this. But if you do happen to get one of these letters, this is now the time for you to sit down with your child and say, hey, okay, we have 6 weeks. What can we do? What do you need to do? What's the issue? How can we work on this? And then here's another time for you to teach your child how to advocate with the teacher saying, okay, I have a C-, I missed a few homeworks, or I missed this assignment. Now, go to your teacher and ask them if they will allow you to make it up. The teacher may say no, but you want to teach them how to at least try and advocate for themselves in that way. And thank you, that's all for me. And again, if you have any questions about curriculum, teachers, student support, grades, state testing, I am your person.
Okay. So you met Miss Paula, she's our office manager. I am not Miss Paula, but I'm going to do her presentation. Okay, and you got it? All right, and so Miss Paula is going to be talking to you about attendance and Power School enrollment. All right, so attendance. Please, this is very important. 2 absences per trimester is reasonable. We have a very good reputation, not because of us, but because of you all, where our ADA, which means our average daily attendance, is very high. That means that we have parents such as yourselves who take it very serious for your child to be here. Thank you. That is very important. So 2 absences is reasonable. If your child is absent 3 or more days, and it happens, they have to have a doctor's note or a notification that they were away because of bereavement, or they had a dentist appointment, something that justifies the more than 3 or more days absent. That is a state mandate. That is not a CCCS mandate. And it was a little wiggle room before. We were still kind of holding on to some of the COVID, like, oh, you know, but that's not the case anymore. So please make certain that if your child is going to be out more than 3 days, that they are coming back with a doctor's note, or if there's bereavement, anything that was kind of excusable, please send them with that notification. And it's not just you writing the note. That's not sufficient anymore, okay? Yes. So bereavement is 1 to 3 days, depending on the location. And then these are the excused absences, court appearance, illness, obviously, doctor or dental appointment, and religious observance. Okay? the student has to have a signed note containing the following: their name, the reason for the absence, the date of the absence, the period. Sometimes kids are pulled out for a period or two because you're just coming to pick them up for a dentist appointment or a doctor's appointment. So you're just notifying us of those periods they were out. And then you have to sign it, okay? Not your child's signature. Okay, and then students without a note, and I'm gonna explain this because this is where your children are gonna need help. And so, if they come without a note, they're going to go to class with an unexcused pass from the office. What does that mean? It's going to show in Power School, because you're checking Power School, it's going to show that whatever assignments they had due, they're gonna have zeros. And it's shocking, and it's gonna upset you if you don't remember what I'm telling you. It's okay. The moment they turn in that excused absence, they will have the opportunity to make up the assignment. That zero, that F will be removed, and now the makeup, whatever it is they had to do, is going to replace the zero. Why is it done that way? Because it sends the message to the parents like, ooh, you gotta make up this work. And if it's just blank, then it doesn't seem like it's important. But if that F is there and that zero is there, then it's like, we don't want that there, get that work in. Did you get it? So that's what that's about, okay? But they're able to make it up as long as they turn in that excused absence note. If they don't, then it stays there, okay? It stays there. All right, thank you. All right, and I already said that, we can, so tardies are an issue with our kids. The absences we do pretty good with, the tardies not so much. We have to do better with the tardies, because what happens is that's going to affect your child's advisory grade. Advisory grades count with their and then that'll be on their transcript. So your child may be an excellent student and has an F in advisory, and then you're saying, why do you have an F in advisory? Well, Mom, I don't get to school on time. And that's where it'll affect their grade, okay? So please make certain they're here before 8:25. School starts at 8:25. And then we don't want to have to go here. We rarely do this. And I've only done it twice since I've been principal, and it's not anything I want to do. And the SAR board is where it's like, we're at our wits' end. Parent is not helping us help their child get here. We need to get SARB involved, and they basically, it's district attorney, it's like $10,000 fine. The sheriff come, they're part of the meeting. It's a whole mess. I never, ever, ever, ever want to do that, ever. So, but just know it's there, okay? And we don't hopefully ever have to get there. And Power School. So Mrs. Fulton already mentioned Power School, but the thing that's different is that Power School will now send you messages, and you should all have been receiving them now. So you should be accustomed to that. That's a change for us. So Power School will send you notifications, send you messages from the school, and then through Power School you can also email staff, okay? But you also have the website to do that as well. Power School Access. So this is the step-by-step tutorial. So you're gonna open your browser, and these slides are gonna be posted on our website too. Okay, but you can feel free if you wanna take pictures, and that's just easier, quick access for you, please feel free. So this is how you get to Power School. Oh, Tony's there!
Yeah.
I didn't even see you. Hi, Tony. Thank you. I was like, oh gosh, I gotta try to. Okay, there's Tony.
Yeah, so basically, like Mrs. Fulton said, Power School houses all the student grades and attendance, so that's where you want to go to and check it out. It's different from Power School enrollment. All you guys use Power School enrollment to enroll your students into the school, but Power School is what we use for you guys to log in and check the student grades and attendance. You go to the next slide. This is basically just a quick rundown on how to set up your account. You will have to set up your own account. So you have to go to the website, click on create account, and there's another tab that says you have to click on create account again. It's kind of weird, so expect that. You go to the next one. And then, so on the first day of school, all the students will get their schedules. And on the schedule, it'll give you the access ID and access password. That's what you'll need to create your own account for the student. That access ID and password relates you to that student. So that's key. So make sure you get the student schedule the first day they come home with. That's pretty much it. I mean, the main thing, I just want you guys to get on Power School, and so you guys are able to check your grades and attendance for the students. So any questions, you can contact me, phone or email. I respond quicker through email, so if you give me a detailed issue of what's going on with your issue, with what's going on, I'll reply back pretty quick. That's pretty much it.
And I know one of the things, with Tony is, Mr. Tony, is if you send him a screenshot of whatever it is that's going on, I know because typically I'm copied on them, he responds pretty much right away with a screenshot how to solve any issues, okay? So this is Dr. Garcia, and Ms. Fulton is gonna be Dr. Garcia.
Okay, we're really close, we share an office, so I think I can do this. Okay, so, Dr. Garcia is the assistant principal, she's, the new director of SPED, she's over parent programming, yeah. So, the website, so she wanted to show you the website, and this is for general information, or staff contact information, which I showed you, school information, parent programming, teachers' weeklies, and different resources. So all of this across the top is where you will go to find all of this stuff listed here. Okay, Parent Square. It's very important that you guys sign up for Parent Square because this is where you will get a lot of information. Let's see. Application, I'm not sure what that means, but you will get an email or a text message. And it's in your preferred language, so if you speak Spanish, it'll be in Spanish. You will get general information such as the newsletters and the flyers that happen or that go out every week. And you will also receive class information from teachers. So when teachers have specific things they want to tell you, like there's a project coming up or there's a test that they want the students to study for, they will send it to Parent Square. So parent programming. So it's really good to get involved with this programming because there's a lot of things that is offered. So there's wellness, open doors. I don't want to read all of it, but these are all the things that our parent programming offers. Let's see. If you have a child that's in special education, there are workshops. If you have an English language learner, there's workshops. For if you guys have 8th graders, or in the future, there's high school nights where high schools from around the neighborhood come and they basically give you information so that you can make a better decision on what kind of high school you want your child to go to. And there's also parent coaching. And these are some of the vendors that we work with. And here are some pictures of parent programming that has happened in the past. So you can see how, important it is to be a part of the community and participate in this. So there's gonna be a parent fair that's happening on September 10th from 5 to 7. It's important for you to come to this. It's a lot of information, cause like Mrs. Lee said, we can't give you everything tonight, so here's another way to get more resources. And then here is another family health resource, and I think this is gonna be in your packet. So here's where you can just use your QR code if you want to be involved in any of these or have any questions with like parent coaching, mental health. There's therapists, if you have questions about social media and kids, and things of that sort. So here's information that is in your folder that you can access. And here is her information, her phone number, her email address, and everything that she handles.
And I'm Mr. Johnson. Alright, so Mr. Johnson is our school therapist. He would have been here, but he had, a family thing to take care of. So Mr. Johnson is our school therapist. He's been here for a very long time. He knows the school, the community very well. He is easily accessible. When parents, need him or a child needs him, he does provide his, cell phone, quick contact, quick information, easy access to him, and he's readily available. Okay, thank you. So, he's basically introducing himself. I just introduced him. So, what he does though is he works with the child. Now, please understand, him being our school therapist doesn't mean that he's providing, like in-depth crisis intervention. That's not what he's doing. What he's doing is he's helping the children to work through coping skills to help them navigate school. And then, of course, that will help them navigate life in general, but it's primarily coping skills to deal with school, mental health issues that are like, maybe they're being bullied or they don't know how to get along with, they suffer when it comes to peer relations. Maybe they, don't know how to say no to a friend who's always asking for their food. Things like that. So, very kind of school related, but it's affecting your child. They're having a hard time. Maybe it's distracting them from doing their work properly. Whatever the case may be, Mr. Johnson is there. Some of our children who have IEPs have therapy as part of their services. Mr. Johnson is the school therapist for our students with special needs. Okay? He also helps with applying academic strategies for any students that may be having a difficult time with their mental health, and it could just be for a period of time. Some of our children have experienced deaths in their family, may have experienced loss in whatever capacity. He'll help them navigate that. He'll help them navigate that, and then what he will also do is help them speak to their teachers, because they may need more time. They may need to sleep in, and so he'll come to me, like, hey, Tamara needs to sleep in just a bit because they were traveling, because they had a loss in their family, and they just need, and so that's how he'll work and kind of help the children through situations like that. So Mr. Johnson is, he actually started, and this is his brainchild, his baby, is our Uber. So we have a van, and Mr. Johnson drives the van with Mr. Ford, so it's 2 adults, and they'll pick up children who may have difficulty coming to school. So it's not like, Mom, you wanna sleep in, or Dad, you wanna sleep in. This is like a real need, and your child wouldn't be able to make it to school if we didn't have this service. So you would contact Mr. Johnson directly via email, say, hey, we need some help getting my son or my daughter to school. They'll pick up areas, like I think maybe a couple mile radius around the school, and he gets here super early. This is his time, his love, his passion to help families. And so he'll pick up the babies from their homes and get them to school so they're here on time, ready to learn. Yes, yes. So the question was, and I'm glad you mentioned it. So we do have a community partner called Children's Institute. So I mentioned that Mr. Johnson deals with kind of like school-related mental health and anything that may not be super crisis intervention type of therapy, but we have a community partner called Children's Institute. When we have children who are experiencing maybe more deep-rooted crisis, we will refer them to our community partner, Children's Institute. They come on campus. They come on campus and provide free mental health support, okay? And they're really, really good, very good resources.
If I want to get my son an IEP, how do I go about doing that? Like, who do I start with?
So, you will start by sending an email to Dr. Garcia. You're welcome. Kings Club is another, so we have levels of support. Kings Club is what's going to be taking place this year for our boys to be working with our male staff. And it's just, they're gonna be, working with, Bianco's, the pizza parlor on La Brea. So they'll be working for free, but it's like they're learning how to have a job and give of themselves and donate their time. And they'll sometimes get paid by a pizza slice or something like that. But he's just working with a lot of our boys moving forward on just trying to help them navigate some of like that, because our boys have a tendency to struggle with impulse control. And so as a way to help them garner that impulse control is give them things to do. You know, give them things to do, but where they're being held responsible for tasks. So that's what the Kings Club is.
Is that for every grade?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that's it. So he works with everybody. He works with everybody, parents, staff, students, to make certain that our children are successful. And then this is his telephone number. Here's his email address. Well, that's the school number, but you can reach him with the extension 107 and then his email address. And he's very responsive, just like everybody else, via email. Yes,
So we email them, we're interested in.
and transportation.
Or kids, I mean, the Kings Club.
You can, sure, absolutely. And he'll probably do like a general introduction to Kings Club with the kids and have them sign up, but you can definitely email them. Yes. And then we have Miss Sequoia, she's here.
Hey everybody, okay, my name is Miss Sequoia, and I deal with the students with the health and student records. Student records is more so like when your children are transferring out or coming in. I handle it, like sending it to the school. Their health, go ahead and skip. When it comes to their medicine, that's me. So I take care of them as far as like giving them their inhalers, if they have pills, if they have anything like that, I take care of them. If I'm not here, then someone in the office will help them. In your folders, if you guys haven't already received them when you guys did registration, there is a form that you'll take to the physician and they'll fill it out for you, and letting you know what their medicine is, what the dosage is, when I'm supposed to give it to them, and everything like that. And that's in your folders. And then you return it to me. I really need it before the first school trip, which is the Adventure Lagoon. We're going on the 3rd, so I would need any medication by the 2nd, so that I can have it. If they don't have it, they won't be able to participate. So that'd be good if y'all can get it in. This is the form that you'll see in your folder that you'll give to the physician, and you'll bring it back to me. Or if they, sometimes a lot of you bring in forms that they already have at the doctor's office, that's perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be this one, but if they don't provide you with one, this one's fine. And then any type of medicine, whether it's asthma pumps, prescription medicine, over the counter, EpiPens, all of that. I need to have it. If your child has any allergies and I go through the emergency card and I see that you guys haven't turned in any medication, I'll contact you for it, just so we can have it on campus. Even if it's a mild allergy, sometimes, you know, they outgrow them, sometimes they grow into new ones. It's just always better for me to have anything that may have changed, their dosage, anything dealing with your child's medication, I need it for your safety. And then, if there's sometimes we have incidences where students, they don't always necessarily need medication like every day, but it's like a particular medicine for some reason. If you don't feel comfortable with me or anybody else here administering it, you guys are more than welcome to. We'll just have a paper that you guys fill out and I'll provide it to you in that moment, that you just are releasing responsibility and you guys are accepting it for your kids. This is the emergency card that you guys filled out, but this is where on that emergency card, the section that I will keep track of, like whenever your child comes to me, like for anything minor, headache, stomach ache, band-aids, bleeding, I keep it all here, just so you guys can know how many times they're visiting me, if they visited me, what time they visited me, and what I did to help them. And most times, I do call you guys. Sometimes your kids come in, they have a headache, and you guys know your babies, and so I'll just call you guys just to let you guys know what's going on. If it's something that they picked up, I'll let you guys know, and most times I just leave it to y'all discretion because y'all know y'all kids. Sometimes it's just them, yeah. sometimes they be out there playing and doing stuff like that, and then they get in trouble, and they'll come into me and say, I don't feel good, because they don't wanna go to class. And so in that moment, I'm gonna call you and say, hey, so-and-so, he's not feeling very well.
Perfectly timed.
Perfectly timed. He's not feeling very well, I'm not sure what's going on, he doesn't have a fever, because I do take their temperature. He's not pale, he's not looking any, he doesn't look sick, is anything going on at home? You'll tell me, but like I said, y'all know y'all kids, so if y'all wanna come get him, if not, I'll send him to class.
Question. So, my son doesn't have a prescription, but he does get migraines, he gets headaches.
Mhm.
So how does that work? Like, do I give you Tylenol for him
You
or?
can, yes,
Okay.
you can send me with Tylenol, and I'll just have it on hand, so if he has a headache, most days, like I said, you guys know y'all kids, so if it's something where I feel like they're abusing it, I will be calling you like, okay, so-and-so said he has a headache, is that
Oh, no,
track?
you'll know.
Okay.
Because he'll know it.
Okay, so yeah, and I have all the things, I have a place in my office for them like to lay down if they're ever feeling, I'm taking care of you, I promise. And, this is how I log it, this is in its own separate folder, but this is, their own separate sheet, it has their name, and then I mark off all this information for anybody who comes in and needs to, help them. Right here, it'll have the dosage, it'll have what time they're supposed to take it, how often they're supposed to take it, this is in case I'm not here. But this is always logged, and so at the end of the school year, when you guys come and get the medicine, you'll see that it was either logged or not, but most times, all the time, I'm logging their medicine in here, and the time that they take it. And then this is going back to like uniform, so temporary ID card. With the ID itself is a part of their uniform. So if your child comes to school and they do not have their ID with them, they are out of uniform, they will receive a uniform violation. Students who are in the BDP program do not receive these, because they're going to after school, they don't have to worry about walking out. But if your child comes to school and they are not a part of BDP and they're supposed to walk home, or they're supposed to come into your car, if they don't have one of these, they can't leave, you guys have to come in and get them. In the past, students have called parents, like, hey, my mom said I can leave. That's a safety hazard, because I don't know who's on that line. It could be somebody else, and they could just switch y'all names. So if your child, and how this works is, so they come in, if they're tardy, they have to scan in. That's how we know if they have their ID. If they don't scan in, they'll receive a uniform violation, they'll receive this if they're not a part of BDP. That's their responsibility. These are $1. The replacement IDs are $7. If they come in and they want a replacement ID, they'll get their ID receipt, take it to Mr. Tony, and they'll have their actual ID. If anything happens, they can't afford one, we'll figure it out, but for the most part, they're supposed to have this to leave. If they don't have this, they can't go anywhere. This does not cancel out a uniform violation. They're gonna get a uniform violation, they're gonna go to detention if they don't have their ID. This is just for them to go home if they're not in BP. Any questions? Okay. And that's I'm here.
Okay, so Miss A? Oh, I thought you said.
I was gonna, Teresa.
That's what you said. Oh, no, I thought you said. Sorry, okay. So Miss A, you met Miss A, she is our parent liaison, and she is also works with our SPED department, and primarily she's going to be contacting any parents who have children with IEPs, because she's gonna be contacting you to set up appointments for, maybe their 30 days. She's gonna set up, basically she's gonna be the person calling. She's the one who's gonna be the point of contact. Okay, so this is her information. Anything having to do with parent hours, Miss A. When things come to the school, are pushed through Parent Square, through the school in general, usually it's gonna come from Miss A and Dr. Garcia, so you'll see her name listed. She deals with the student, she mentioned that in the gym, so I'm not gonna repeat it, but our student lunches, she's also overseeing that, okay? And we have a lunch program, so it's not, we have to have a lunch program. So we work with Revolution Foods, that's our provider. Okay. Students are also provided breakfast. If they get here early enough, we have breakfast for them. We have lunch. If they stay for after school, they get a snack. If your child is hungry, there is no reason for them to remain hungry. We will make certain they eat, but we don't follow them around to make certain they eat. They have to come to us, okay? So,
What is this?
Oh, the volunteer hours for, each student, it's 30, or for one student, it's 30 hours, and then for two or more, it's 40 hours. The volunteer hours are due by May 17th. There's multiple ways to get your volunteer hours. Ms. A is very accommodating and trying to help you if you aren't able to get here and make it to every meeting. There's also Zoom meetings. So there's multiple ways to participate. We take donations. We don't always have to, but we want parents to feel a part of the community. That's in large part why we do it. The school, we have a budget, so please understand that. But we want to, so when we're asking for waters and Capri Suns and all of this, that, and the other, it's really for you to be a part of us, okay? If you don't do it, we'll do it. We'll do it. But we want you, it's just a way for you to get your hours, okay? School support, obviously orientation day, so these are the ways, and I'm not gonna read them to you, but there's multiple ways for you to get those hours, and we have a lot of meetings, we have a lot of opportunities. Some were on, just like this meeting is only available in person. We are gonna post it, we'll have Mr. Tony is recording it, it's gonna be posted to our website. We have 30 bare basics. The kids have to know the bare basics. I'm saying that for our parents who are gonna watch the video. There's 30 bare basics. They're gonna have to know it in order to get their volunteer hours. So they'll watch the video, anyone who couldn't come, and then there'll be a question at the end that will be related to what was said, and then that's how they'll show that they watched it, and then they'll get their hours. So even if there's something where it's like, nope, we're not doing it over Zoom, you have to be here, there'll still be an opportunity for you to get your hours, okay? Parent Square, that was already mentioned, it's so important. I know we can inundate you, right, with Parent Square messages. I know. But it's important to just look through them really quick and see what pertains to either the whole school, look it over, or your child or your child's grade level. Everything else you can ignore. But if it's, you think like, oh, this is for sixth graders, let me read through this, this is important. Don't ignore it, because that's when you're saying, oh, I didn't know, but we're sending the communication, okay? So please make sure, certain you're checking. And then make certain you complete your meal application. All students qualify, even though we need that income statement, it's so that that's for the state, it's not for us, okay, so. And then you have to turn it in, you'll get your volunteer hours for turning it in, and volunteer hours are entered every Friday, and I think she posted on Parent Square for you to click on. Yep, okay. And your partnership makes a difference, it really does. It's not just there for no reason. And then Ms. Fulton is gonna do the BBP presentation, but I made some notes in my phone while Ms. Sequoia was talking, and that I wanna mention really quick, and I forgot to mention it. One of the things that's so important when your children are here as middle schoolers is managing their use of the phone. Please, parents, please, please, please. So we have a no cell phone policy, and it's in the student handbook. I really don't want you to have your children come to school with a phone. If they need to call you, they can use the phone in their office. They can use the phone in our office if they need to contact you, or if you need to contact them to say, hey, can you get so-and-so a message? Absolutely not a problem. But if your child comes to school with a phone, it's not our responsibility. They go to their advisory teachers, they get put in the bin, they have to be powered off, so don't call them during the day. They can turn it back on at the end of the day. They get them back from their advisory teachers at the end of the day. Our students do a wonderful job at following that policy. They do a great job, actually. And what that does is that cuts down on a lot of bullying situations and circumstances. It also cuts down on filming in classes and all the shenanigans that go on. You know, you think it, the kids have already thought 10 different ways on how to do it. So, and the phone is a weapon. Social media, I'm not the social media police. Please manage your child's social media usage accounts. If you think that they are, you're following them on Instagram, I know everything they're doing. they have multiple accounts. They have multiple accounts, they have spam accounts, and they're using those accounts, and they're like, look, Mom, look what my friend's saying. And you're like, oh, that's so sweet, that's so cute. And then the other account, they're cursing each other out, and they're doing all these things that you wouldn't even imagine your child to be doing. They're doing it. So please, just know that that's happening. And what I would say is give your child, if you allow your child to have social media, give them a cutoff time, take their phone at 8 o'clock at night, you don't need it anymore. Take it, put it in your room, put it under your pillow, put it under the mattress, I don't know, because they're sneaky. So please, make certain that you do that. Also, vaping is a thing. Vaping is a thing. Don't think that because you're sending your child here to Century Community Charter School, that now all of a sudden they're in this bubble. They're still exposed to all the things that the world exposes them to. So, but the thing that's different here is that we jump on it, and then we get, we're like, oh, we caught you, and we have vape detectors. I want you to know that we have vape detectors. They go off, I get an email notification, I go get the child, come here, call your parent, and then we deal with all the consequences that come along with it. So I'm saying that to say is, a lot of times with the vaping, what's happening is the kids are paying for vapes through Instagram. They're meeting up with people on the streets that they don't know, and they're having it, an older cousin, older sister, they're getting them from those people. And so then they're bringing them to school, and they're sneaking, and they're doing it. Please, 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 man, talk to your children. We do, but it takes a village. It takes a village. Talk to your child about it. Don't think that your child is immune. 4.0s, they do it. Gold tie, they do it. It's that peer pressure, and it's real. So, and we try to buffer it, we really do, and we do a good job. But again, I just want you to be aware that it is a thing. Last year, I caught 2 students, and that was a good year. That was a good year. Because in the past, when it first kind of blew up, it was like, it was insane. So I feel like the message is being heard, and in large part it's because our parents are being vigilant as well, okay? And then the other thing is that our students, because they have the computers and they're using computers in their classrooms, they try to be sneaky, and they use Google Classroom, and they send messages to each other. I'm just telling you things that happen, okay? They send messages to each other, and they're trying to be sneaky, and the teacher is teaching, and they're like, and so then what happens is Tony's having to shut down their Google Classroom, and they're having to give new passwords and all of that, because they're doing all these things they're not supposed to do. Teachers have what is called Go Guardian. And this is what I want you to understand. So what happens is the teachers will have their laptops open and say they're all supposed to be doing a brain pop, and it's like, boop. And so the teacher hits a button and shuts off the YouTube that, Dana was watching. And the kids are like, oh man. And so then, boop, they turn it off again. So if you get a call or an email from a teacher saying that your child has been accessing this, that, or the other, please know that the teacher has caught them doing it through Go Guardian. Okay, it's not, because sometimes parents are like, well, how do you know? Because Go Guardian told me. And then the other thing is, if there is a need, a family need, a personal need that you may have, please let me know. Let Mr. Johnson know. We are family, please. We want to help in whatever capacity you may need to help. We are here. We will get in your business respectfully, but to help. That's what I'm saying, to help. Not to be invasive. But a lot of times parents suffer quietly. Parents will suffer, and it breaks my heart that the suffering has gone for so long, and we could have done something to help. So please, there's no pride in this. Just please come to us, let us know if you have a need, and that could be whatever it is, okay? And if we don't have the ability to figure it out, we'll look, and we have resources, okay? Okay, thank you, Ms. Fulton, I'm sorry.
And, just so you know, if you didn't get a folder, we have, folders over here now, so you can pick one up on the way out. Alright, so, yeah. So, I am doing this for, Ms. Teresa Mendoza, who is the director of our after-school program. It's called BBP, which means Better Bears Program. And this is our mission statement, which I'm not going to go through, but basically, it's an after-school program where, students are able to do their homework, to get help with their homework. And then there are often times when, Ms. Teresa will find fun things to do for students who are doing a good job in BBP, like going to a Dodgers game or going to the movies, or whatever it is she can find to reward those students who are doing their best in the BBP program. Okay, so the hours for the BBP program are Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 3:02 to 6 p.m. Wednesdays from 3:47 to 6 p.m. On minimum days, it's from 12:30 to 4, so it doesn't last until 6 o'clock. It's over at 4. And on early release days, it's from 12:30 to 6. So you'll be able to see the difference on the calendar. A minimum day is different from an ERD day, okay? What BBP offers is homework assistance, fun activities, focus on academic support, and field trips. For homework, there are staff here to help students get their homework done, but just know that they may not get everything done, okay? So this is a start for them because they do have breaks and they do have things that they do while they're in the program, so this is just to get them started. And then again, like I said, there are field trips that happen regularly. Should students not receive any behavioral? Okay, so like I said, when students are behaving, they don't have any behavioral issues, they are invited on these trips. Now, if your student is, or if your child is not behaving when they're in BBP, they're not doing what they're supposed to, they may not be invited. So, like, you may call, well, why didn't my child get to go? Well, probably because there may have been a behavior issue that they've been dealing with, okay? No cell phone policy. Phones are prohibited during school hours and in the after-school program, so they, even though they get their phones back at the end of the day from their advisory teachers, they're not permitted while they're at BBP. Let's see. Okay, all new students in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade are required to attend BBP for the first 6 weeks. So if your child is new, they have to attend for the first 6 weeks, okay? Parents can monitor their GPA on PowerSchool. Students with a GPA of 2.5 or higher are not required to attend BBP, not required to attend. So after the first 6 weeks, if your student has a 2.5 or above, they do not have to attend BBP. If they have a 2.5 or below 2.5, they must still attend BBP, okay? So after the first 6 weeks, if you would like your student to still attend, although they are above the 2.5, you have to email Ms. Mendoza to get permission for your student to stay in the program, okay?
You have a hand, Ms. Ford.
Yes.
Okay, so I've seen on the last slide that it said that this was not a tutoring session or something like that. So if the child is under a 2.5 GPA, what are we doing in the Better Bears program to where they're gonna lift their GPA if it's not a tutor?
So there are teachers there are IAs there are employees of the BBP program who are there to help and assist. They're not gonna get individual one-on-one tutoring. They're there to help all students who need it. Oh wait, go back. Let's see. So I saw the stickers. Oh, right here. Let me see it. Oh, okay. So students with a GPA of 2.49 or below are required to attend, and they will not receive a sticker. So after the first 6 weeks, we will look at the GPAs, and if your child is at 2.5, they will get a sticker that is placed on the back of their ID. That allows them to be able to leave and not have to stay. If they don't have the sticker, we know you need to be here. Okay? And that will every 6 weeks or a semester you get a new sticker. Is it 6 weeks?
6 weeks.
Every 6 weeks you get a new sticker. Okay. Early pickup policy. Early sign-offs between 3:30 and 5:45 will take place at the main office. Regular dismissal is at 5:45 p.m. to 6 p.m. And is available at the school side gate and parking lot. Let's see. If your student is involved in an outside activity and needs to leave the program early, parents must submit a copy of the club schedule, which includes the student's name and the time of the activity. If a parent or guardian picks up or sends an authorized person to collect their child before the program concludes, that authorized individual, 18 years or older, must be listed on the student's emergency card, okay? No child will be released to any unauthorized individual or anyone under the age of 18 or under the age of 18. Parents and guardians must send an email to Ms. Mendoza to confirm that the child can be released to another authorized person. So basically, you have to give authorization for your child to be picked up, and they can't be picked up like brother or sister who's 16 or 17. They have to be 18 years old, okay? Late pickups. All students must be picked up by 6 p.m. Students picked up after 6:10 will be added to the late pickup log. Students will be added to the late pickup log, and parents will receive a verbal warning. A parent's signature is required in the late pickup log. After 3 late pickups, a meeting will be held with the BBP site director and the parent. Parents may be charged $5 per minute for the extra child care. Okay? So do with that as you will. Please pick up your children. Yes. There isn't a money charge, but that's something that you need to discuss with Ms. Mendoza. Yes. She's the one to talk to. She's the rep, so I'm not sure to talk to her.
We have another hand this one.
Yes.
Sorry. So all 6th graders coming in, it's mandatory?
For the first 6 weeks.
I haven't broken that into my son.
And basically what it's doing is it's kind of getting them used to like doing their homework, and then like some of the things that they're missing and some of the things that they need help with. They're getting in that rhythm, they're learning from their peers, or getting extra help from the teacher. So it's very beneficial for them, especially because a lot of them are just like deer in headlights when they hear like, oh my God, this is so much.
Yeah.
But when they have that extra time after school to kind of get organized and get together, it's really helpful. Yes.
I'm sorry. Would it be starting like the first week of school, or there's like a specific date when it will start?
I don't know, to be honest, I forgot. I'll run and ask her.
Okay.
September 8th.
It's the 8th, okay, thank you. I just work here.
Let's see. So basically, she's saying that, the staff works really hard to work, together with students who have, behavior issues. If the behavior does not improve after 3 entries on the behavior log, the BPP staff will complete an ODR, which is a referral, and we'll give it to Ms. Mendoza. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but if there's an issue, that your child may receive an ODR. Safety, okay, first aid, we'll limit, first aid, and, parents and guardians are required to inform the school of any updates. Oh, this is very important. If you change your phone number, please update, the school on that, because when we're trying to contact you, if something happens and we don't have the right number, it's like, oh my God, what are we gonna do now? So we're scrambling, trying to figure out how to get in contact with you. So if you know you're gonna change your phone number, please just come up to the school and let us know, or send an email to Paula, Miss Valencia. Announcements. All announcements regarding BBP after-school program will be posted on Parent Square, where you can find monthly newsletters and video presentations about students' hands-on academics. Ms. Mendoza is very good about keeping you informed about what's going on, all of the things that are happening, all the trips that are coming up. So she gives a lot of information. So please read her Parent Squares. And this is her information if you want to get in contact.
Okay, so I'm gonna come in, boys. Come on. hallway, I have one more, but he must have hit himself from me. But, the reason why I want to grab students, I mean, obviously the parents know who they are, but, so, come on, Amir, but all of these boys, and then many, you can multiply students, we know them. Like, we know your babies. Like, I know these kids. And I'm not saying, like, I know everything about them, but, like, we invest in your children. So each one of these boys have been in my office, but not because of trouble, and not that they come in and they'll hang out. They'll just sit. I have a dog, Nardo. They'll sit with the dog. I almost getting ready to call you. Josiah. Dang it, I did. Josiah, he helps build, we play pickleball. He comes and he builds the pickleball net for me. Amir is an artist. Jakari is an amazing student. Hayden is an amazing student. And Damari is an amazing student. And these boys, like, I'll call on to help me with things. Amir just helped me bring the uniforms to the gym. So, and I'm saying that to say is that when your children are here, we're looking at them beyond academics, we're looking at them beyond sports, we're looking at them beyond, even if they have behavioral issues, but always trying to tap in and to say, like, what are you bringing to the school community, and how can we pull it out and even get you to be better, to help you be more of a leader. I know all these boys are gonna be a part of student council. Yes, leadership. So the Damari is 8th grade. So I expect, yes, leadership. So I just want to pull them in because they are a great, like, real in your face, like, image of what we are and who we are and how we invest in each other and how we have relationships with our students. And I love these boys. And then he did, but go ahead, boys. You guys can go. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, opening up for questions. Are there any just general questions? Oh, good question. So the question was, do we allow e-bikes? We allow them, but we are responsible for them. So we have had children bring e-bikes, scooters, regular bicycles to school. We have them where there's kind of like this water pole thing, and if they have a lock, they can lock it. But I tell them they cannot ride their bikes or scooters to school without coming with a helmet on the head. So if I see them coming without a helmet, they will, no warning, that's it. They cannot ride anymore. We've had a child, not during school hours, but sustained quite a few injuries in the neighborhood, hit on their bike without a helmet. Praise God, they were okay, but so very strict with the helmet. I'm like, it's okay if you don't look cool. We want you to come to school and be ready to learn because you're healthy. Yes. The question was, are girls allowed to wear skirts as part of their uniform? Absolutely. Skirts, sports, little pedal pushers, as long as they are no higher than, 2 inches above their knee. Sure. What did you want to ask about that?
I walk in when you're at the end of the uniform.
Okay, so the ID is part of their uniform. So they're gonna get an ID. All children will get them, and once they get them, they're responsible for them. Their ID is used for them to get their lunches, and then on the back of their IDs, after the first 6 weeks, if they have a GPA above a 2.5, they'll get their sticker that they have to show in order to be released to go home.
And they'll get that on the first one.
No, because we have to get them. Tony, when are the IDs ready for our new students?
I'm not sure, that depends on the photographers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And usually I'll say it's within the first 3 weeks. So we had some students that have yet to get, their picture taken. So if they weren't here on the den sorting day, we don't have a picture for them yet, so we have to work through that.
And what was the Friday shirt, Wednesday shirt?
Yeah, so Wednesday shirts are their den colored t-shirts, and that's in their den color, so whether it's blue, black, red, green, purple. And then Friday is just a general school t-shirt, and it's a CCCS on the front, 5 dens, 1 school on the back, and it's like a heather gray, a light gray. And that'll be given to them, the first week of school, for them to wear on Fridays. If they don't get an ODR, so that, I didn't mention that, if they have which is a behavioral, referral, that week, if they get an ODR, they have to come to school on Friday in full uniform. Okay, they can't wear their t-shirt.
So that'll be considered like a free dress.
It's not, no, that's not free dress.
But I'm saying wearing that shirt.
It's not free dress, it's just a Friday shirt, they don't have to wear full uniform. Free dresses, they can wear whatever they want as long as it's within the free dress kind of dress code policy. And in the handbook, because they'll get a handbook. Yes.
We weren't able to make it on the den days, so how do we know what's den on the?
So they're going to be randomly put in a den, right, Tony? So they're gonna be put in a den randomly just based on numbers now, and you'll find out the first week of school. So that's actually a good question, so so for those of you who don't know which den your child is in, you're not gonna stay for the t-shirt, because you have no idea what color to get. So what'll happen is when your child goes into their advisory classroom on Monday, that's when they'll get their shirt. So you'll send them to school with their uniform bottoms. Any kind of t-shirt is fine, so that way we can just put their den shirt on top. Okay, if you have no idea which den they're in. Okay, I'll go doot, okay, yes.
We may have missed this, but what time does the back gate open and close?
So the back gate opens in the morning at 7, and then it closes at 8:10, because we usher the kids into the gym at 8:15. And then at the end of the day, I think Miss Teresa and her staff open the gate at 2:45-ish. And then, yes.
We missed the orientation day for the kids, but my son came to summer school. Would they have gave him his den group at summer school?
It's a possibility. You can ask him. Is he here?
Yes.
Okay, you can ask him when we leave here, and then just ask him what color if he was given one, because it could have happened.
Okay.
And I saw one, yes.
Is the embroidery machine back up?
No. So Mom is asking about the embroidery machine. So we have an on-site embroidery machine, which is wonderful when it's working. But right now, well, when we had all of that rain, which is shocking for Southern California, it unfortunately damaged the embroidery machine, and we're waiting on a part. So we're gonna send out a parent square when it's up and running, and for any parent that wants to get names embroidered on vests and clothes and all the things, you can do that. You'll pay Mr. Marks. He's the one who deals with that. And then we also have our den logo. Sometimes parents want to have that logo embroidered on their child's vest. It's not mandatory, but it is a nice touch, and you're more than welcome to do that as well.
The shirt, I know it's a white button-up shirt, but can it be a polo button-up shirt? Okay.
No. So, and I'm going to tell you why. So the polos, so the question was, can it be a white polo shirt under the vest? No, because the tie doesn't fit under there, and it does all this, and they look crazy. Yeah, and it just doesn't look right. So, regular, like a dress shirt. And it doesn't have to be long sleeve, it can be short sleeve, that's fine. But a regular, nice button-up shirt. Any other questions? Right here. Oh, sorry.
When are we gonna come get a replacement?
So the child can get a replacement ID if they're a returning student anytime they'll see Mr. Tony, because we already have their picture on file. $7. We never had a child say like, I want multiple. So we need to have a conversation about it. But yeah, it's $7 for it. Any other questions? Okay, if there are no, oh, yes.
Do you guys have any sports teams?
Oh, yes. Good question. So we do. We have, so we start the year out with flag football, co-ed, flag football. We have a boys team and a girls team. We have volleyball, which is girls volleyball. And then we'll have our fall sports, our basketball, boys and girls basketball. And then we have soccer, boys and girls soccer. And then we have co-ed volleyball. At the end of the year, we have track. and cross country. And then we do a bunch of intramurals too. We try to introduce the kids to new sports, so we do pickleball, we have hatchet throwing, we do all kind of other kind of little sports. We have a jump roping contest, and now we're gonna be doing double dutch, and we're gonna have a dance team. So we're gonna have all kind of other things going on as well. Yes.
Are there tryouts for the teams? or they're
Yes,
gonna-
yes. They're a competitive team, so it's not like the YMCA where you know, you're guaranteed minutes and you're gonna play just because you're on the team. It's competitive, so they'll try out, they may not make it, so it's kinda like talking to your child about that. And then even if they do make it, they have, you know, they may have time or not have time, so, yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? All right, so what we're gonna do now is you guys are gonna, get up. In the hallway will be the QR, oh, it's right here. So you can, so if you can't flash or get the QR code here, this is for, there's also another one, there's others in the hallway. And then if you don't have your phone, you can sign your name, your child's name on the clipboard. Then if you know your child's den, make your way to the gym, get your child's den t-shirt.